My advice for early stage innovators with the quality system is, in the very early days, if you're not doing anything that involves people, just run as fast as you possibly can. Don't necessarily worry about a formal quality system. As you start to develop something that is going to involve testing with real people, that's a time that it makes a lot of sense to start implementing real elements of a quality system, particularly design control and risk mitigation. People are often looking for a resource or a reference as to what might be helpful for a quality system. My recommendation, while there are a lot of standards that are out there and they're very thorough in how they describe various aspects of the quality system, frankly, they can be pretty dense and difficult to, one, understand, or two, apply to your particular scenario. I found that the best resources are frankly just people. So identifying a good consultant or a friend or a colleague that is either in general management in a business or manages aspects of the quality system or interacts with it on a regular basis is very important. And those people can point you to further people or point you to a particular standard or reference if there's something that that needs granularity, but they can also provide a lot of guidance as to what's relevant for you at the time. Some people worry that quality systems will slow things down and that it creates barriers to innovation and being nimble. And the reality is that there is an element of truth to that. There is documentation that takes place. There are intentional stopgaps that are put in place, such as a design review before you go into the clinic. And those are really there to make sure that the product that you have that you're actually about to go use to treat or diagnose patients with is actually going to be safe and effective when you're there. They're very important. However, the administrative drag associated with a quality system can really be diminished by finding the right person to help develop your quality system. And this is where finding either a consultant, if it's the early days, or an internal staff that truly understands the business, they truly understand the technology, they truly understand the clinical environment, and they're willing to work with R&D, they're willing to work with clinical, they're willing to work with operations, manufacturing, and general management in order to build something that's as streamlined as it possibly can be. Everyone realizes that quality is important, but we're not managing for the sake of managing, right? We're trying to build value. We're trying to go help patients, and having the quality system follow that same vision is very important. Quality is the responsibility of everyone in the organization, and what we found has worked very well at Oculeve is that actually getting everyone to follow the same vision and the same mission is the most important piece. And if everyone understands the vision of the company, then it's very obvious why quality is important. And so everyone in our organization understands that quality, well, for some people, and the guys in R&D in particular, that don't always enjoy the documentation aspects that are associated with the quality system, they do realize why it's important and realize that it's something that needs to be done.